here with y'all. It's Prince Bonzi in the building. I don't want to go outside. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. It's humid as all can get. It's 85 degrees outside, but it feels like 91 or 92 because of the humidity. I just made my walk over here, and walk was not too good. I ain't gonna lie to you. What will I talk to y'all about today, man? Well, I discovered 4 different avenues about how to develop your spiritual senses, and I'm gonna share one of these with y'all today. This one's probably the most simple to understand, but it does take a little bit of like getting out of your physical knowledge of this world and letting the abstract kind of take over upon you. So let's get in that state. Okay, so one way to develop your spiritual senses has to be to looking at the growth or the decay of natural occurring things. So for example, the decaying of a flower that's dying, and its petals are starting to fall down to the ground and onto the earth, return back to its ground state, or when a seed finally starts to sprout and it lets out its first stems, and maybe when the flowers start to bloom on that flower, and you can see the petals start to expand. These different methods of growth and decay show the spirit something that the physical world can never tell you. You must get into a state where the physical world does not matter to you. You don't let your vision tell you how this growth or how this decay is occurring. You must let go of these physical sensations and allow this entity to speak to you. Because these plants, they have feelings and emotions beyond our comprehension, because it's deeply embedded within the soul or the spirit that's been birthed upon them as soon as that seed is planted. And when you allow these entities to speak to your spirit, you are shown a world that you never would have thought you could have understood before. So you may be wondering to yourself, like, how do I let a plant speak to me? Well, plant's one example. You can use this for a lot of things, like babies, old people, dogs, cats, hamsters, like anything, right? But watching the growth or the decay of something, how does this speak to my spirit? How can I allow this to envelop my mind in a manner that is not physical, that's just spiritual? Well, first and foremost, what you need to do is you need to let go of all thoughts in your head. You need to become one with whatever is upon you. You need to become one with the spirit of this flower, or this baby, or this dog. And how you do this is by letting go of all thoughts of intellectual capabilities. So for example, I think a better explanation is let go of all thoughts of agreeance and let go of all thoughts of contradiction, and allow your brain to just sit still and be fed information through this entity. It's difficult to do that because oftentimes we're trained to have thoughts of agreements or contradictions just to almost keep conversations going, or in an intellectual sense to stimulate our our brains for academia or for discourse, something that just is common to human nature. However, we have to let go of the human within ourselves eventually, because there's something so much deeper inside of us that you can never tap into unless if you forget the human within you for a moment. Forget the human within you for a moment and allow this plant to speak to you. Allow it to tell you stories about its growth. Allow it to tell you uh, you know, excerpts about its decay, about its life that it lived before it started to wither away. Things like this allow your brain slowly but surely to realize how insignificant you are, but not only how insignificant you are, but how significant you are. Your insignificance comes from the fact that you're just like every other living being. You're born with a soul, you're born with a spirit, and you're able to change the world with whatever respect you can. However, you're gifted with consciousness, which is something that no other entity on this earth has. And with consciousness, it allows you to alter the reality of multiple individuals at a time. It allows you to tap into a sense that no animal could fully conceptualize, because you are gifted with something that allows you to roam around this world and manipulate it in a manner that no other entity can. However, I think a lot of people could agree that you could learn a lot of things from babies, but babies can't really change the world per se, right? But the knowledge that you can derive from watching the growth of a child can allow you to just realize your insignificance. You grew just like that kid, but it also allows you to see your significance. It allows you to see yourself through the child. And maybe seeing yourself through the child can help propel you to make a difference in this world, a difference that you were always slated out to make, you know? And you could have never found out about these things unless if you let go of your humanistic sense and you delve into the spirit and you allow the spirit of others to speak to you. Because I don't know about y'all, but I know that my spirit is always within room for growth. And every single spirit on this world can offer you a lesson within that you will carry with you throughout your life. And these lessons, they may not be deeply seated within your intellectual sense, but they're seated within your spirit. So these seeds may grow, and they may grow into different fruit because you have different type of soil than the spirit that gave it to you. But these fruits may be of nourishment to other individuals that may need help at a certain time, and you have no idea. I think we all understand that the most insignificant things that you do tend to have the most impact upon your life and the lives of others. So when you feed your soul and your spirit with these different aspects of the spirit that you got from others, it allows you to spread the word a little more efficiently. It does. And this can be spread through religion. This can be spread through conversation. This could be spread through any type of entity. So yeah, it's about all I got, to be honest. But yeah, I hope y'all are taking care of yourselves. All right, it's Aladdin running an experiment. But God bless y'all. Have a good rest of your day.